Okay, 15 says simplify x to the second times x to the third times x to the sixth. So these are all monomials we're multiplying together, so we call it multiply monomials. Our description, we want to multiply the coefficients, and again, coefficients are the numbers in front of the variables. Then we want to add exponents. So the coefficients in this case, in front of all these, are 1. So 1 times 1 times 1 is just 1, so I don't need to put it. Then I would add the exponent. So it would be x to the 2 plus 3, which is 5, plus 6 is 11. Number 16 says simplify in parentheses 2x to the fourth to the third power. So this is a monomial to a power. And our description is we want to work out the coefficient to the outside power, and then we want to multiply exponents. So again, work out the coefficient to the outside power, and then multiply the exponents. So my coefficient is 2. So I'm going to take 2 to the third power, which means 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. Then I have x, and I'm going to take it 4 times 3, because I multiply the exponent. So it's 8 x to the 12th. Okay, 17 says simplify x to the 14th y to the 8th over x to the 6th y to the 3rd. So we're dividing monomials, and our description is reduce coefficients and cancel exponents. So if you think about on this one, x to the 14th would be like x times x times x 14 times. X to the 6th would be x times x 6 times. We can cancel if it has the same number on top and bottom. So we're going to be able to cancel the smaller number of x's, which is x to the 6th. So if I get rid of 6 x's on bottom, then I have to get rid of 6 x's on top, which would leave me with 8. Y to the 8th over y to the 3rd, so I can get rid of all 3 y's on the bottom. If I get rid of 3 on top, that leaves me with 5. So I've got x to the 8th, y to the 5th, and since I got rid of everything on the bottom, I don't have a bottom part of the fraction. I don't need to put it over 1, because it'd be the same thing. Okay, 18, simplify the square root of 64x to the 14th. So we're taking the square root of a monomial, and our description is square root the coefficient, divide the exponent of the variable by 2. So my coefficient is 64, so I take the square root of that, which means what number times itself gives me 64, and that's 8. Then I take the power here, and that's why I divide by 2. So I get x to the 14 divided by 2 is 7. 19 says what is 12x to the 4th plus 21x to the 3rd plus 6x divided by 3x. So we're dividing a trinomial by a monomial. So our description is divide all by a monomial, and then same as 17. So in other words, I want to divide all by 3x, and then 17, which says reduce coefficients, and then cancel exponents. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. Then I can get rid of the x on the bottom, which means I have to get rid of 1 on top, so it gives me x to the 3rd. Plus 21 divided by 3 is 7. Again, I can get rid of 1x on bottom. Leaves me with 2 on top. Plus 6 divided by 3 is 2. Now since I have the same number of x's on top and bottom, they both completely go away. So I'm just left with 4x to the 3rd plus 7x squared plus 2. Now number 20 says Tina is 3 years younger than Tom. The sum of their ages is 33. Find each of their ages. So it's an apply problem. It's apply a linear equation. So again, we got two people. We got Tina and Tom. So Tina is 3 years younger than Tom. So that means we want Tom to be X. Tina would be 3 years younger. So however old Tom is, which is X, minus 3. It says the sum of their ages is 33. So it means I would add those two together. So x plus x is 2x minus 3 equals 33 for my equation. Then I have to solve that, so I'd have to add 3, get 2x equals 36, divide by 2 and get x equals 18. So that means Tom, he's x, so he's 18. Tina is 3 years younger, so Tina would be 18 minus 3, so she'd be 15.